What is up, Squares? It is time for another exciting edition of Old Man Can't See the Labels on His Video Games. That's right, we have another shipment in from Video Games Monthly. How are you guys doing? Welcome to Square Pegs. I'm Jay. Glad you're here. If you're new here, I unbox a box from Video Games Monthly every month. Now, what is Video Games Monthly? That's a great question. Video Games Monthly is a monthly subscription service where you're able to get 3, 4, 5, or 10 games shipped directly to your door, featuring a wide variety of retro systems from the 70s all the way up to the 2020s. That's right, you can go from the Intellivision all the way to the PS4 and the Xbox One. Myself, I tend to stick to the more cartridge-based things. NES, SNES, N64. Do have Wii U on my list as well. There's a lot of stuff on here, and Sega Master System and Genesis. Obviously, those are like my two favorite consoles to get stuff for right now. So what do you say? Let's crack this box open. Let's free it from its priority mail prison, and let's see what we have this month. Remember, kids, don't play with scissors, and always cut away from yourself, like I'm doing here. There we go. You guys have been following the channel for a while. Oh, USPS with the failure. Got a little bit of a squish on the box this time. That is not a fault of Video Games Monthly. That is a fault of the United States Postal Service. Stop me if you've heard this one before. But it is time for, once again, for Floydomania to be running wild on you. We're going to crack this box open, and the way I do this is I look right down Central Avenue here. I look right down the camera lens. I do not look at what's inside this box before I show it to you guys, and then I try to read the label and fail miserably, hence the old guy comment at the start. So let's crack this open. Let's find out what's inside. We have some cards. All right, first card we have, I got a 1-up. That means an extra game. So if you get a 1-up, 2-up, or 3-up card in your box, that means you are going to get that many extra games. This means I should be getting 6 games sent to me this month. That's awesome. All right, next up we have another 1-up. Maybe I got a 2-up. There could be 7 games in here. There could be 6. I don't know. And this, of course, is our Video Games Monthly social card. And what this tells you to do is to share your experience on social media. You'll be entered automatically in for a chance to win a 3-up box. That's 3 free games sent directly to you. Best part is this is not a rental service. You get to keep all these games. It also tells you, update your damn list, because if you don't, you might get duplicates. Now, I'm good about it. I do know some friends that are not. What's up, Game Dad? What's up, Gary from Rock Solid? We're gonna start things out. Good lord, there's more stuff in here. What's this? Oh, these are actually really cool. We got some stickers. I got a Dark Samus sticker. Aw, and a Pichu. I do love Pichu. I think that's everything now. I think I have everything. All right. Feels like a whole lot of NES. That's an NES card. All right, we're gonna start NES. Ready? 3, 2, 1. This. Something with pool. I don't know. A side pocket. Label's a little dinged up, as you guys can see. Let's pop this in and take a look at side pocket.
Side pocket was not what I expected it to be. I'm not a huge fan of video game billiards, but I'll be honest with you, this one works. This is really well made. Like, it's logically laid out. The gameplay is simple. There are fun bonuses to get. Like, if you sink a ball into a particular hole, you get a bonus point. You have to progress through the different levels to complete the game. There's multiplayer. I'm really impressed by this. It doesn't try to do too much. It just tries to be a fun pool game. And it succeeds. Even better, music's really good. The music is good in this game, and I did not expect that in the slightest. It's cool to get. This is one of those ones that I always saw for rent at the video store, and I always was like, no, I don't need to play that. And playing it once is probably enough. I don't know that I'll ever play it again, but I'm stoked that this gets sent to me. I was stoked to try this out. Finally, after 35 years, I have played Side Pocket, and while it's not a game for me, it's a good game.
All right, up next, it's another NES title, and we have... I ain't got nothing on this one. Star Voyager from Acclaim. Never heard of it. Let's play it.
I have absolutely no idea what I'm supposed to do with this game. This is Star Voyager, and near as I can tell, there's no point to this game. I have no idea. It could be one of the deepest games ever made, but I have no idea. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what I'm supposed to do. I have no idea how I'm supposed to get to the stupid space station. I have no idea if there's anything for me to shoot because I flew around for 15 minutes and saw nothing. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. This is Star Voyager, and this could be the worst game of all time, or it could be fine. I don't know. I have zero idea.
All right. Star Voyager from Acclaim. How do you like that? That is pretty cool. Or it's not. I don't actually play in between the unboxings. I do it afterwards. Sorry for the breaking the illusion there. But one more NES title. Here we go. Snoopy. The dogs are awake. It was perfect timing for the dogs to bark. This is Snoopy's Silly Sports Spectacular. This is from Kemco. I've never played this. Let's check this one out.
I'm not sure how I didn't know there was an NES game featuring Peanuts and starring Snoopy, but here it is. This is Snoopy's Silly Sports Spectacular, and I'm probably not going to ever play this again, but it's remarkably competent. So this to me feels kind of like Caveman Olympics. And if you've never played Caveman Olympics, it's a game that I originally played on my Commodore 64, but it's a game that has a series of athletic event mini games that you're able to play. And they're all a little bit silly, like boot throwing, which is basically hammer throwing. You have to race with a stack of pizzas and try to get to the finish line with as many pizzas still stacked up. Sack racing, there's one where you have to do a jump over the river using a pole vault. There's one where you're in a boat and you're trying to push your opponent off of the boat. And a pogo game where you're actually hopping over different fences. There's various levels of challenge in here. It's not exactly a difficult title. I beat all 6 events and was able to, I guess, essentially beat the game. I don't know if that did it or not, but it only took me about 10 minutes to beat. It's fine. It's going to be great for kids. Like, if you have kids and you're trying to introduce them to NES games, this is a good game to do that with, but if you're an adult, unless you're a Peanuts mega fan, probably no need to really play this one. Easy for me to say. Snoopy's Silly Sports Spectacular, it's adorable. It's a very cute game. Probably never going to play it again, but hey, neat to try out for the first time at least.
I do love Peanuts. That makes me happy. Charles Schultz is one of my favorite cartoonists. I think Sparky's awesome, so yeah, that's really cool. Next up, all right, let's do SNES. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Pilot Wings? Hell yeah, Pilot Wings! Label is a little bit bubbly. Not sure if you guys can see that on there, but not in the greatest shape. And we do have a label on the back. Looks like a rental label or an inventory label. Probably an inventory label since it does have a QR code on it. And as far as I'm aware, those didn't exist back when video rental did. Really excited to try this one out. I haven't played Pilot Wings in years, and I do not have it in my SNES collection, so let's take a look right now.
All right, dropping a little bit of a factoid here about my life. This is actually the first time I've ever owned Pilot Wings. I rented it frequently when I was younger, but I never owned it. I never really had a desire to, but it's always been one of those games that's kind of been synonymous with the SNES that I figured I should get sometime. But I wasn't going to go out of my way to pick it up because while I like Pilot Wings, I don't like Pilot Wings, if you know what I mean. But I'm going to be honest with you, playing it today, I really had a lot of fun with it. I'm not good at it. I can't figure out the skydiving to save my life. Getting into the game and actually being able to control the rocket belt and fly the biplane, and yes, even do the skydiving and parachuting was a really good time. It looks fantastic to this day. The music is wonderful, and it's a really strong example of that when Nintendo gets an idea for a weird-ass IP, they're gonna make it work. Pilot Wings is just good. While I haven't owned any in the series, I played all of them. I played Pilot Wings 64, I played Pilot Wings Resort on the 3DS, I think it was Pilot Wings Resort, something like that. And they're all just various differing levels of fun, and this one's no different. This is just a good time. This is one of those IPs that I wish Nintendo wouldn't let die on the vine. I hope it comes back in some way, shape, or form down the road, because it's just a cool idea.
Genesis and N64. All right, we're going to do Genesis first, we'll do N64 last. All right, Genesis cartridge. 3, 2, 1. Monopoly.
So I have to think that the guys at Video Games Monthly are like actively trolling me now that they're sending me a second copy of Monopoly. This one for the Genesis. I will say this one seems to be better than the Super Nintendo one, or maybe that's just Stockholm Syndrome talking. I don't know. I hate Monopoly. It is literally my least favorite board game. I think it's a terrible game. I think it's a terrible design. I don't want it in video game form. And okay. I'm not a negative person. I need to say something positive about this. So here we go. This is a faithful representation of what Monopoly is. This is a perfect definition and representation of what the rule set is for Monopoly. You are able to choose your token. You are able to go around the board. You are able to buy property. You are able to take money from someone else. You are able to swing trades. And even cooler, they even put the auction mechanic in where you're actually able to buy property if it goes up for auction. Now, that's all I got because it's Monopoly and I hate it. But yay, Monopoly.
Let's just go to the N64. Let's find out what this one is. Hey, Army Men, Sarge's Heroes, very cool.
The Army Men series was something I was always interested in, but I never really put a lot of time into. I had played it briefly on the PlayStation, but I'd never played Sarge's Heroes, despite owning both a PlayStation and a Dreamcast when it released, so it's kind of fitting that I got it on the N64 some 20 years after it initially released. And I mean, it's okay. It's not great. I won't lie to you. I'm not going to tell you it's some kind of groundbreaking game, but the premise is really cool. Like, I love the idea of this kind of potentially hyper-violent war game being perpetrated by the little plastic men rather than, you know, a Call of Duty game or something like that. Army Men Sarge's Heroes is a third-person shooter. You go around, you're able to collect weapons and different items and objects that help you get through the different levels. I'm not going to lie to you. There's some charm here, like I said. Is it great? No, it's not. It's decidedly not a great game, but I don't think it's not a great game for its time. I just think it's a game that shows its age. Like, we're so used to games like Gears of War and other third-person shooters like that have really advanced the genre significantly. And Army Men is a product of being a game from 1999. I mean, it is 24 years old at this point. And if I look at it in that light, I realize that it's a pretty incredible title that did a lot of stuff really well. It's not something I'm probably going to play too often. I don't necessarily think this is a game I need to keep in my N64 collection, but it's neat that I received it in this Video Games Monthly because it gave me an opportunity to try a game in a series that I haven't spent any time with before.
All right, if you guys have been following along, you already know exactly how much this is worth if you've been doing the math yourself, because I do put the values up there, but I need to pause now and add everything up, and I will be right back.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
And I'm back, just like that. Made out ahead. Again, every month I do. And as always, I am always excited to get these games because it doesn't matter really to me how the value is. I do like to be in the ballpark of what I pay. I do pay $52 a month with shipping, but I'm actually over $60 this month, and that makes me happy. And the best part is, even if I don't love every single game I get, I can flip them down the road. And that brings me to this. I will be at the Midwest Gaming Classic. I will be attending. I will actually have a panel while I am there, as well as attending the Illinois Game Con, Korg's Con, the Cleveland Gaming Classic, Torg, a lot of stuff that I'll be attending, as well as the Southeast Game Exchange, something outside of my Midwest region. I'm really excited for that one. Let me know in the comments down below, what is the best game I got this month? What game do you think I rated poorly in my little description of each one, and which one would you be excited to get in your box? If you like this video, hit like. If you really liked it, hit subscribe. I'd love to have you stick around. And until next time, remember to play more games, stay square, and take care. I'll talk to you soon.